What is up, Scorpio? How are you guys doing? It's time for your weekly check-in. We're going to see what's happening with you guys in the second week of November. November week 2. So since it's a weekly check-in, it's just a short, quick, general, energetic overview. If any of you need a personal reading, you can go straight to my website if you want, tarotwithrich.com. I have a link for that right down here in the description of this video. We are running our Black Friday sale all November long. You can read up on all the sales that I have going on all the readings on my website, tarotwithrich.com. Link is in the description. All right. Let's see how the energy's looking. How's the energy looking? Scorpio and the person they're dealing with. How's it looking? Uh-oh. Somebody might be thinking about breaking the silence. Uh-oh. What's happening here? Hang on. Ooh, put the 5 of Wands there, though. Hang on. Is the silence being broken? Ah, see? Every time that comes through, you get some shit like this. So, and with the 2 of Pentacles, I think they're contemplating. Yeah, 2 of Wands. I think this person's contemplating breaking the silence, but they're a little bit nervous because they're afraid it's going to end up not pretty. Queen of Cups reversed. I think they can't figure out how you feel. They're having a hard time figuring out how you feel, which, I mean, at the end of the day, if this is somebody you're not with anymore, then what the fuck does it matter how you feel? You know, but I do think that they have been seriously wondering how you feel, and they can't figure it out. We're just going to have to look here in a minute and see if there's anything more than that they actually want here. Devil card. All right, well, yeah, see, Knight of Swords reversed. I don't think they are breaking the silence, but I think they're contemplating it. Could be a Capricorn for some of you. I have Cancer and Leo here as well. Could be anybody. Those are just energies. Let's see what their feelings, energies, and intentions look like. What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? I guess YouTube's not notifying y'all now, huh? What's this, like my 5th live stream? They always do that. After 3, they quit notifying. It's been like that for the last 6 years. Anywho, yeah, see, look. 10 of Cups reversed. I don't think they're actually, like, trying to be with you. This is such a common message to come through. This probably comes through at least 3 or 4 times a week. And every time it comes through, I always tell myself, when I get off this video, I'm going to sit and think of a better way of explaining this. And then it slips my mind and I forget. They're not thinking far enough into it. You know, like when you have plans of trying to see if you can clear the air with somebody so that you can lay a foundation and try again, you know, that's a pretty specific energy on your mind. That's a very notable vibrational imprint to have those kind of intentions. But when their primary concern is just wondering how you feel, just to scratch an itch, just because they highly suspect that you miss them or you regret whatever it was that happened, that you feel stupid, and they just want to validate that, when that's their primary intention, they're not really thinking much further than that. They're not really thinking past that. So what I mean is, let's say, for example, you did show up in their inbox on some, oh, I miss you, I want to be with you, I regret this, I wish I would have done that. If that happened, then what? What happens after that? They're not thinking that far into it, you know? So, yeah. They just want to know how you feel, I think. And they've been keeping a close eye on you. Those of you who they're able to keep an eye on you. I know some of you always say, oh, they have no way of keeping an eye on me. Okay, well, for those of you in which they're able to watch you, maybe through social media or people who know you or whatever, they have been trying to keep tabs on you. But all they want to know is how you feel. So all they really want to know. Why? Just to scratch an itch. I know I hate it. I hate when I explain it like that. I got to think of a better way to explain that. But truth be told, when I click off of one of these videos, I have about 30 seconds to think back and try to remember something that I said in the video to come up with the title. If I don't do that in like 30, 45 seconds tops, poof, it's gone. I have no idea what the hell I just said. I don't even remember. Anyway, though. Advice. Let's get the advice. Advice for Scorpio. Ooh, that's pretty straightforward and direct. That's saying that communication might not be a very good idea, like at all. You know, I try not to tell you what you should or shouldn't do. I try to make it a real strong point. So I'll put it to you like this. Communication right now would more than likely end up resulting in a reconciliation attempt. And right now, a reconciliation attempt would more than likely end up turning into a repeat cycle. Repeat cycle. So I guess I'm going to try to give you as much leverage as I possibly can. I'll say this. Depending on how long ago this happened. If this happened recently, like 2 or 3 months ago, let a little bit more time pass. This energy is still too heavy. It's still too thick. If this happened like last year sometime, then just feel it out and keep them at an arm's distance. I've told like 3 other signs this week. Keeping somebody at an arm's distance is a really quick, easy way to judge where their intentions are. If you make it clear that I'm keeping you at an arm's distance, and they continue to try to test that, that tells you they don't respect you. Because that's a boundary, is it not? When you make the solid decision to keep somebody at an arm's distance, that's a boundary. When you make it clear, I'm keeping you at an arm's distance, that's a boundary. When you set a boundary and somebody continuously and clandestinely pokes and tests and twists and bends and, throws in little backhanded compliments and little sneaky covert shit that's designed to crawl up under your skin and, get to you. That means they don't respect you. That means I have no respect for you. I'm going to get what I want, and I don't care what I have to do to get it. Careful with that. All right? A person who is not trying to manipulate you, will respect your boundaries. You know, so, okay, let me put it to you like this. I see this stupid ass meme floating around social media at least 2 or 3 times a year. And the meme goes like this. Sometimes I say bye just to hear no, don't go. Instead, all I get is okay, bye. Every time I hear that, I comment and say, play stupid fucking games, you win stupid fucking prizes. Let's do that the other way around. Because you want someone to disrespect your boundaries. Really? That's a sign that you want me. You not respecting my fucking boundaries is a sign that you want me. Ooh. How about this? How about if we're going to play a game, we can play a game. Let's set a boundary, but whether or not you're a green flag depends on whether or not you do respect my boundary. Right? It's so stupid to set a boundary to see if somebody will try to cross it. And if they do, oh, green flag, you tried to cross my boundary. Oh, you must really want me. You don't respect me. That's why those of you who play those stupid ass games, that's why your love life is so toxic. How about let's set a boundary and see if they respect it? A person who's not trying to manipulate you and has good intentions will respect your boundaries. Because that's what respectful people of dignity and integrity fucking do. That's how they roll. Right? I shouldn't have to come chasing after you. If I have to come chasing after you, you're not the fucking person the universe picked for me. You know? All right, let's move on. Let's see how things are looking for the singles. How are things looking for the single Scorpios? Anything new coming in? Anything old coming in? Anything good coming in? Anything bad coming in? Anything coming in at all? Oh, there we go. Okay. We got past energy in here. I don't think that's a past person coming back, though. But I do think that something new, totally brand new, is coming in. The next person that makes their way into your life is totally, completely brand new, and no, you do not know who they are. No, you do not. But a past person is watching the whole thing. And yes, it bothers them. Yes, it does. A lot of you are about to get what you've been manifesting. Yup, a whole lot of you. And right when you give up on it and release it. Remember, those of you who have taken all my courses in my school, that's the only time it can happen. That's not a little coincidence. That's not something that happens sometimes for some people. That's the only way it can happen. You know, things manifest in this matrix on a set of mechanics. Just like your car runs on a set of mechanics. The way this matrix works runs on a set of mechanics. The only time your manifestation can make its way in is when you release it and get out of the way. Other than that, you're blocking it. You are literally in the way. Literally. But for some of you, I think some of you might kind of realize that maybe what you were manifesting doesn't serve your highest good. That's a really, really, really common thing to happen on the manifestation path. You know, oh, I want this kind of person with that kind of attribute and this and that, the third, and everything else. But we don't realize as humans what serves our highest good. So it's not uncommon at all for you to get what you asked for and realize that it's not what you thought it would be, you know? So, just saying. Just saying. And I think you can kind of tell. I don't know. I feel like you're kind of having a battle in your mind where you can tell. For those of you who have been manifesting someone, there's a part of you that's like, holy shit, this is what I fucking manifested. And then there's another part of you that's like, but something feels off here. Something feels off. You know, another meme that I really enjoy that floats around Facebook. Something to the effect of, she asked the universe, why do I keep meeting married men? And the universe says, you keep asking for a husband, you got to be more specific. That's not exactly what I'm talking about here, but for real. For real. Sometimes you got to really pay attention to the vibrations that you're casting. Let's see this person's truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions. What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Page of Pentacles. Oh, Five of Pentacles. Well, I mean, they have a fear of abandonment, a fear of rejection, which ultimately ends up leading to a fear of commitment, right? Most of the time, it's not commitment that somebody's afraid of. Now, this isn't the case 100% of the time, but about 70% of the time, when you have a commitment phobe, it's not commitment that they're afraid of. They're afraid of dumping all of their heart and soul into something and then being stabbed in the back. That's what they're afraid of. I'm afraid of giving you every ounce of my heart and soul just for you to turn around and rip the rug on me. And hey, I get it. Boy, I get it. I'm not saying nothing against that. What I will speak against, though, is that while you're moving in that energy, don't fuck with nobody then. It's very simple. If you don't trust nobody, stay away from people. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. I don't think they have bad intentions, though. I don't think so. But they are afraid of getting too close. They're afraid of letting you in at the deepest level. You know? What I tell you. They're afraid of getting stabbed in the heart, stabbed in the back. Afraid of getting abandoned, rejected, cheated on. They don't realize, though, that that turns into a self-fulfilling prophecy. If I keep you at an arm's distance because I'm afraid of getting hurt, well, that's just going to push you away, and I'm going to end up getting hurt, right? It's a messy cycle to get caught in when you're in that energy. That's why stay away from everybody and fucking heal first, you know? Anyway, let's get the advice on this. How much time we got? Okay. Let's get the advice. What's the advice? We got the Two Wands. Well, in the beginning, and I mean the beginning, preferably in the first 30 days, 60 days max, do the best you can to express your concerns. And you want to do it like a calm, cool, respectable adult. Another big thing that you see happening a lot in the dating world is somebody brings a concern to the table, and that concern may be very valid, but the way they bring it to the table is very abrasive and aggressive. with a nasty, bitchy, angry, shitty attitude. And then it starts a fight. And they blame the other person. Stay away from people who always think you're arguing every time you try to express how you feel. Every single time you try to express how you feel, they think you're arguing. Maybe it's how you're expressing the way you feel. More often than not, when you hear people say that, if you step back and watch, you'll notice a fucking dog would bite you if you talk to it the way you're talking to that person. If you have a concern, that's cool. You do have a responsibility, though. If I have a concern with you and I really want to work it out, like I'm genuinely wanting to get to the bottom of this and straighten this out so we can put it behind us and move forward, I'm going to bring it to the table when the energy is right, when it's calm, cool, and I'm going to bring it to you in a way that is completely non-aggressive, non-threatening. You know, I want you to be able to receive the message, and I'm going to be very careful. Now, am I saying that it's impossible for you to still do that and somebody still be defensive? No, that can happen. But very frequently, that's not the case. But I don't want to travel too far down that rabbit hole. In the beginning, any red flags or, nuances or discrepancies or inconsistencies, let's bring them to the table and address them in the beginning. And pay attention to whether or not you're seeing any progress. Let it be known, or at least put it out there that, that's not the kind of relationship I want to be in, is with somebody who's guarded and not really connecting with me on a very deep level. If I want to be with you bad enough and you tell me something that you're concerned about, I'm going to fucking work on it. If I really want you bad enough. But if I would rather stay stuck in my ways than alleviate your concerns, then that means I don't really care about how you feel enough to do everything I can for this connection, right? If you express a concern, what you're looking for is any attempt to alleviate your concerns. Any attempt. Minimum. Bare minimum, I'm going to explain myself. I'm not saying I'm just going to bend over backwards and do every little fucking thing you tell me. Let's say you bring a concern to the table that's a little bit off. Maybe you're seeing it not quite the way that it actually is. Well, I'm going to explain that to you. I'm going to explain, no, that's not what it is. It's this. I'm going to break down and explain my thought process and, minimum. That's minimum. Minimum. I'm going to explain myself so that you understand that it's not what you think it is. That's bare fucking minimum, dude. But if I don't do nothing, if I just let it roll over my head in one ear and out the other, and especially if I try to make you feel stupid for it, that means I don't give two diddly dog shits about how you feel. When somebody shows you their true colors, believe it. All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Scorpio family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, information for personal readings is all down here in the description. All right? I'm out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity.